It's the Zodiac Puppy type, debuting all the way back from the days of Medarot R in 1999. It is MIP00 Maypuppy, coming to the game with a kit of Trap Clear, Stat Cleanse, Effect Clear, Biped Legs, and the leg ability of Abscond, which passively buffs the cooldown stat of all equipped parts on her build. Now, right from start, Maypuppy makes it very clear and kind of holding true to what her original kit was prior to the Medarot S modernization. She is not a combat type by any means, and in fact, giving her Effect Clear was kind of a grace, just to kind of help her keep up with what's going on with the current meta and current game and the current competitive streak that we have going on in the game. But more on that shortly. Trap Clear is a support-based skill more than a healing-based skill in this case, that simply will remove any negative traps on the field that are placed against you and your team. This includes Shoot Trap, Melee Trap, Disruption, Disturbance, Defense Trap, Leg Trap, anything that basically will serve as passive aggression against your team for you completing certain actions. Maypuppy's head allows you to clear it out and remove it so it no longer applies to you on that side of the field. Right Arm of Stat Cleanse basically speaks for itself as a way to cleanse any negative ailments applied, as well as negate them for a certain number of hits. So that alone speaks for itself of how fantastically viable and flexible it is. And then Left Arm of Effect Clear in her only solid form of combat, basically when attacking an opponent will check it for any positive buffs that are applied, and if there are any applied, it will get a damage bonus relative to the number of buffs, and then forcefully remove all of them. So more or less in this case, Maypuppy is kind of someone who likes to give buffs, but also take them away from the enemy in this case. However, because she does not have a lot of combat capability, and she is just a little squishy across the board, about barely 2700 HP for her head, about 2550 per arm. Legs aren't too bad, honestly, about 3150 or so, but her stats are kind of all over the place too. With her legs in particular, she has a pretty solid evade at about 1100, which is actually above average for most standard bipeds, which is good. Mobility just a little bit lower at 643, means she's not going to be as fast. Shoot resist at 1134 means she's going to be pretty solid at protecting herself against incoming shooting skills. But that melee resist of 490 is going to be the absolute death of her, unfortunately, because in this case, it means that anyone that has a melee-based skill or attack is going to very easily take out Maypuppy if it hits her hard enough. And the leg ability of Abscond, not necessarily a bad ability, but there definitely are a lot better ones in particular to make use of or capitalize on. So for these reasons, I do honestly have to rate Maypuppy across the board a pretty solid 4 out of 10 as a pure set. One other particular detriment in this case is the fact that her Stat Cleanse, even though it is a fantastic part to make use of across the board, is a heavy part, meaning that if you are going to make use of it or make use of Maypuppy in this respect, it is something that you do have to capitalize on and factor in when building your teams if you do want to make use of it. As mixed parts score, on the other hand, I would rate her much higher at a 6.5 out of 10. Again, exclusively for the fact that Stat Cleanse is in her kit, even if it is a heavy part, because the effects that it offers you and the immunity that it offers you against ailments really isn't something that's easily passed up, even if it is a heavy part in this case, which is something that's very easy to overcome, since not a lot of female parts tend to be heavy anyway, so that's something that you can pretty easily factor in and consider without it really screwing up your team build or anything of the like.